Guys, what's up? This is Azure here. So a lot of people have been having problems with their Razer Onza, specifically the left and right analog stick. I guess, like as you see here, this is the Onza motherboard. But yeah, people have been having problems with, the left and right sticks. And basically the reason being is because, when you're running, on Call of Duty, as you can see, you don't hear the clicking. And then when it's straight, you can hear it. So there's been, people say there's like a lot of different ways to fix this. One of them being, completely, untightening your stick. The other being to, I guess, yeah, just, untightening it as, the maximum as possible. But, that's kind of a problem because, when you're running around, you might want the stick a little bit, tight so that it doesn't move around so much. And obviously if you untighten it just to run around, then, it just doesn't work. But the thing I found about that is that even after you completely unloosen this left stick, or even the right stick for that matter, there's still instances where you'll be running and the character on your screen won't run or whatever. If you're playing Call of Duty or any other game that pretty much uses this as the running button. So the way that I found to fix this is, I don't know if you can see it, but right here, let me use my X-Acto knife for this. Alright. I'm using my iPhone 5 camera, so I'm kind of surprised it's not much better. Right there, where my X-Acto knife is, right there, that is the sensor that, basically there's a little button sensor right there, and it basically, when you push it down, as you see here, it pushes down and it makes a little clicking sound. And the reason your character isn't running when you tighten up your stick is that when you tighten it up to make more tension, the stick actually goes up, moves up from here, so it creates less of a pushing point between that sensor, between this sensor right here, right there, and the stick that pushes it, which is right above it. You can't really see it, but it's there. So the way you fix this is you basically take makeshift, either piece of plastic, or I wouldn't recommend cardboard, but a piece of plastic or even metal, and you just kind of crazy glue it in between there so that no matter how much you tighten your stick up, it will always press down. I've already tested it on this stick. I've actually gone through 2 Onzas already. So this is actually my second Onza right here, and I took it apart. You have to cut off the cable, which is why it's not working. It's just kind of like my test Onza. My real Onza's over there. But so you're basically just gonna take something just to put in between there, so that when you tighten your stick and when you loosen it up, it always sticks. You'll still be able to hear that clicking no matter what. I haven't put something in between there yet. I did it earlier and it worked, and no matter which angle, it always clicked. So yeah, the thing I found is, like, if you're in my situation and you already have gone through 2 Onzas, you know that basically what they make you do is cut off the cord right here. They make you cut it off, send them a picture with the barcode and the picture that you cut off the code, and they send you a brand new Onza. And what that leaves you with is a lot of, basically just lots of different parts to kind of mess around with. Like, if you can pretty much take your Onza apart and you have a lot of different parts. So the part that I found to help me out is this part right here, and it's basically the D-pad part. It goes right there where the D-pad goes. All right, you can pretty much just pop that off, and inside there you have these 4 little black things. I already took one out because that's what I was using to fix my other Onza. But you basically, those 4 little black things, and what you're going to want to do is use something like a X-Acto knife. My X-Acto knife right here. You're going to either want to use something like a X-Acto knife or some really thin, slicing object that'll let you cut through. And what you're basically going to want to do is kind of just cut around that right there, and you're going to get those little black things out. And they're very thin. I think I have, I think I have one over here that I was working with. Where is it? This is my Onza, the one I'm using right now. Here it is. Alright, so they're literally that tiny, compared to that. They're that tiny. They're ridiculously thin. I don't know. Look at that. Ridiculously thin. So, it fits right in between the sensor and the pedal, as I guess is what it's called. But so basically, you're gonna take this right here, and you're basically gonna just shove it in here. Watch. Let me see if I can do it from here. So you see, there's the let me see here. There's the pedal. There's the sensor. All right, and here, oops. Here is the makeshift little thing right there. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm back, and I went ahead and put in the thing right there. I'm pretty sure you can see that. Here, let me try to zoom in on that. Alright, so you can pretty much see it there. You don't specifically have to use that. You can really use anything else that's just as small and thin, just as long as it fits right there in between the pedal and sensor. And basically what that's going to allow it to do is click. You won't be able to hear it much, but what it basically does is fill in the gap. So which angle you're messing with the stick, it will always click because there is no gap. So you can loosen up the tension and there will be no gap in between the stick and sensor, so it'll always click down. So watch this. You can't hear it really, but here. You can kind of hear it, but it's definitely clicking down. When you can hear it is when it's over here and you're pressing it down. You can kind of hear it, but as you can see, I was kind of doing this thing where what you used to run, and listen. You can't really hear it there, but it's pushing the button basically. Like I said, it fills in the gap, so even if it's not making the clicking sound, it's your character's definitely running. Look, it's pressing down, as you can see right there. So it's not making the sound, but it's pressing down on the sensor. And that's really what the problem with the Onza is that there's too much of a gap between the sensor and the pedal. So it causes your character not to be able to run. And even when you completely loosen up your stick, it flushes it down towards the motherboard, and basically makes it so that your character can run because the pedal is closer to the actual sensor. So and even then, sometimes the pedal actually doesn't hit the sensor when it's completely loosened up and flushed to the motherboard as it could be. So you have to fill in the gaps so that there's always something there to make sure that the pedal is going to hit the sensor, and that's what that little black thing does. It's kind of like an extra kind of layer that's always going to make it hit the sensor. It's always going to push down on it. You can't hear it again. You can't really hear it, but you can see it. It's pushing down that button. So that's how that works. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to take apart your Onza now, so that you can, I guess, make this happen. And yeah, I'll go ahead and put this in another video. Alright guys, so this is the second part of the video. This is where I'm going to take you, or show you how to take apart your Onza. And it's basically like any other Xbox controller, really. You have a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screwdrivers. And they're basically going to have these little rubber things on them. They're going to look kind of like this. I don't know if you can really see that. Basically what I did is you can pretty much just take a X-Acto knife or any sharp object like this and just kind of get around the edges and just like pop it out. It's like just literally that same motion to just pop it out. So and then after that, you're going to want to use a crosshead screwdriver. I know regular Xboxes have the Torx T8 with the security hole, and but for this, you're going to want a regular Phillips crosshead screwdriver. I was using something like this. You can use this one for these up here and the ones down here, I believe. But for the ones right here in the middle, something like this actually won't get in there. So you're going to want something smaller. I looked around my house and I was able to find a smaller one like this. It's very thin. So you can pretty much, sorry about that, you pretty much get this in here, and then you just unscrew them, feel it out, and screw them out. So those are my screws. Alright, so after this is done, after this is all, you know, unscrewed, very carefully you're going to want to take apart your controller. So I'm going to see if I can set my iPhone down right here and see if I can show that to you guys. Let me see. Yes, that is Modern Warfare 2 in the background. I just got off and decided to leave my stuff on. So, oh crap, that sucks. Alright, you know what, I'm just going to take it off and I'll go ahead and put this into the same video, but yeah, so I'll see you guys in a while.